I won't.
The story of Halo 2 is kind of like a 3-act tragedy.
In Halo 2, they really wanted to take even another step up in terms of the depth of the story in the universe. I mean, Joe and Jason and stuff have created this really rich universe, richer than you could get across purely in even the tools that they had at their disposal.
The first act, where we were all optimistic and naive, and we're all sitting down and saying, this game is going to be 72 times more fun than Halo 1 because we've got all these great weapons and vehicles and environments, and we're just going to jam as much stuff as we can in.
There was a lot of new technology that was being researched.
And we had to throw out a lot of stuff that we had wanted to do. We wrote this graphics engine that was totally unsuited to the Xbox. We had these ideas for levels that just really didn't make sense with the Halo engine or for any kind of shooter engine.
We really wanted to do a game where we felt every mission, every environment is going to feel totally unique.
We let our ambition lead us into some very, very scary places.
Multiplayer for Halo 2 was really a gigantic thrust for what we wanted to give Halo that we couldn't in Halo 1.
Our goal was absolutely to create the virtual couch.
Halo 1's multiplayer was done by, 3 or 4 people, tops, in 6 months. Halo 2's multiplayer was a massive investment. That kind of resource crunch really caused a lot of tensions on the single-player side of things, because now all of a sudden we're trying to build multiplayer environments that have to look as good as the single-player part of the game.
Get to that first time when we get 16 boxes all working together, and understand that it wasn't like there was a bunch of maps to go play now. It was just we got 16 boxes and we were able to kind of run around and it didn't crash.
We absolutely love playing multiplayer. I mean, everybody in the studio is playtesting these maps every day.
Sniper! Sniper! Oh! Holy shit, like I'm talking to you, and I'm totally shooting you in the head right now, and that's amazing!
In many ways, Halo 2 was the title that was the breakout title for Xbox Live.
The Xbox team, we co-developed with them or helped them design and develop what they called the Tsunami feature set, which was a lot of the new live matchmaking multiplayer features. We built our own friends list, which you can now do friends and friends parties in the Xbox Live Dash, but we built it in Halo 2 first.
The console world kind of pushed back and said, those aren't console-y things to do, you guys don't get it. But we really did get it because we had already seen it be successful on the PC. We had seen that multiplayer play is the future.
And the first time he jumps on, the crowd just, goes to this really loud cheer. And I mean, it was just, wow, it would give you chills sitting there.
It's something that you don't really see very often at E3 in the middle of a demo where people just like, yeah, that's awesome.
No, we can't wait another year. I'm sorry, we can't wait. This game has to come out now.
Yeah. I don't say the word awesome. Usually dude doesn't come out of my mouth. But the truth is, the game is awesome, dude.
How the hell are we gonna beat this game?
Hurry it up, let's get it out of here.
But then, on Halo 2, Alex had left the company to go back to Chicago, and Jason had left the project to go and work on Phoenix. So without Alex and Jason, the Halo 2 team was led by a committee. We kind of went through the second act where we were really trying to deliver something that was just impossible. We kind of found ourselves standing there after E3 2003, and we were kind of looking around and saying, okay, well, we can't possibly build this game.
We were going to show something at E3 that was actually going to be in the game. It's not in the game.
It was very clear at the time that the future of the studio was in Halo 2, and if Halo 2 failed, that the studio was going to be a very different and less fun place to be in.
They were going to go back and rework things, and Jason was going to get more involved. And then they came back and told me it was going to basically be a year slip.
The devil himself stood up and told us we were never going to ship it, and and rammed his pitchfork up our asses.
Halo 2's not where we want it to be right now.
How do we top what we did before? And even if we would say, wow, we're too tired to top what we did before, the pressure is there, and I think we put it on each other.
A disastrous flaming turd of failure would be probably the right way to say it.
We have the whole climax of the game planned out on Earth, and we're not doing it, and that sucks.
Before Halo 2, we could fail in silence and in misery, but no one really knew when we were failing. And then something like Halo 2, where everybody knew that we cut missions at the end, that we lopped off our third act. We failed spectacularly in public as far as the story was concerned.
Yeah, they literally did have to cut off sort of the end of the game.
There's the big knife, and we just chop it sometimes.
And, it must have been heartbreaking, I'm sure, to the guys at Bungie.
It's a trade-off we've got to make. We can't develop forever, otherwise there'd never be a game.
Our nuts fell in the fire, and they really weren't totally burned when we picked them up. We kind of made it at the end, they still worked.
As much of a death march as Halo 2 was, when we got to the end of it, and there's a bunch of seeds there that are exciting and really fed the rest of the trilogy.
This is Spartan 117.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
The difference between entertainment that's successful and entertainment that's forgotten is only how people react to it. So no matter how successful we were on Halo 2, it doesn't matter how hard you worked, and they don't give a if it took you 2 seconds or 6 years and 20 gallons of blood.
I looked at our bug count and we were in triage, and I realized we were going to make it. We were actually going to ship this game. And I think that was probably one of the proudest moments for me, just because it had been so hard.